ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। ॐ सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। In the last class, we saw that Veda is a pramanam. Veda is a pramanam. Karanam, pramanam. Pramanam means of knowledge. Karanam, pramanam. Prama, knowledge. Karanam means tool or the means. The means by which you gain knowledge is pramanam, karanam, pramanam. Veda is one of the shat pramanani. Veda is one of the 6 means of knowledge. Shat pramanani. There is no way of gaining atma jnanam, self-knowledge, by any other means of knowledge except Shastram. We discussed this in detail in the last class. This knowledge as such, any knowledge for that matter, it doesn't have any language. Knowledge, jnanam, doesn't have any language. Knowledge has to take place in the form of thoughts. Vrittihi. Any knowledge, it takes in the form of thoughts only. Vrittihi. Vritti. Ikarantaha. Strilinga. Vritti shabdaha. Vrittihi. Vritti means thoughts. You may think in your mother tongue, but the content of the thoughts as such. Vedas are in Sanskrit, and it is only the means of gaining Sanskrit. The same knowledge can be in any other language also. Okay, so what I mean to say is, the knowledge need not be in Sanskrit. Knowledge is important, and Vedas are in Sanskrit. Therefore, we learn Sanskrit. Vedas are the means of knowledge which is in Sanskrit. Therefore, Sanskrit knowledge is important. But this knowledge need not be only in Sanskrit. Suppose, let us take, there is somebody in Zambia or Tanzania who has gained this knowledge from his guru, preceptor, and they have a tradition. There are persons in our tradition in India who have gained this knowledge. Now, what is the difference between these two persons having this knowledge? Really speaking, there is no difference at all because knowledge doesn't have any language. Knowledge is important. The content of the knowledge is important. This knowledge, Atma Jnanam, self-knowledge, what we gain through words, through Shabdam, of the Shastram cannot be verified by any other means of knowledge. This is important to understand. Therefore, Shastram is taught. Therefore, Shastram is taught by the Guru and it is learnt by the Shishya, the disciples. Since it is taught, therefore, what you need is only your ears to listen to the words of the Shastram. The words of the Shastram will unfold the knowledge. When you listen, for listening, you need only ears. When you listen, the knowledge will definitely take place. Of course, you need certain preparedness. There is no question about it. You need certain preparedness to gain this knowledge. That preparedness we will be discussing in detail when we get into the Tattvabodha text. Okay. Since listening is involved, therefore, ears are the Mula Pramanam. Ears, the Shrotrendriyani are the Mula Pramanam. Mula Pramanam are the Mula Pramanams are the Pratyakshan, the Pratyaksha Pramanam, the Mula Pramanam. Pratyaksha Pramanam is the Mula Pramanam. We saw in the last class. All these Pramanam, other than the Pratyaksham, like Anumanam, Arthapattihi, Upamanam, Anupalabdhihi, all these four are indirect knowledge. All these four are the means to gain the knowledge indirectly. Pratyaksham is the Mula Pramanam, that by applying which you get the direct knowledge. Without operating Mula Pramanam, you cannot gain any knowledge. Therefore, the Pratyaksha Pramanam, that is the Pramanam by which you gain, that is the sense organs which objectify the sense objects. They are the Mula Pramanam, without which no knowledge is possible. For any means of knowledge to function, to operate, we need this Pramanam. Therefore, they are called Mula Pramanam. It doesn't mean it violates the Anadhikattvam of Pramanam. That we must understand. I will try to explain it with an example because there was some discussion in the last class at the end of the class. So I thought I will give some examples and discuss on it further so that the understanding will be clear. Suppose if you come to the airport, to send me off to US. Okay. After bidding farewell to me, now you are returning back from the airport. From inside the airport, you are coming out. You saw me getting into the flight. The flight has taken off. When you come out from the airport, now you are seeing me again. You saw me getting into the flight has taken off. That happened inside the airport. When you come out from the airport, you are seeing me again. So, before coming out from the airport, you saw me. I have taken off to US. Now you came out from the airport, you are seeing me again. Now there is a confusion. How is that? I am outside now. you know very well I cannot be in two bodies simultaneously, like the saint with the two bodies in the autobiography of a yogi. So you know very well I cannot be in two bodies simultaneously. And you also know it is not possible for anyone to come to the ground from the tip of flight. That is also not possible. At the same time, what you are seeing is also true. What you saw before is true. What you are seeing now is also true. And also, let us assume there is no problem with your eyes. Your vision is clear. You have 20/20 vision. Not only you saw me, also your wife or husband and your friends, they also are seeing me now outside the airport. So it is confirmed there is no problem with your eyes. If your eyes have problem, then at least we can say that it is your vision problem. But all the friends and relatives, they are seeing me now outside the airport. They don't have vision problem. Therefore, it is not collective vision problem also. It is neither individual vision problem nor the collective vision problem. Both are ruled out. Now, you are seeing me outside the airport. That is a fact. What you saw with your eyes before, that is myself getting into the flight and the flight took off, it is pratyaksham. What you see now is also true, that is also pratyaksham. Now, how can one pratyaksham contradict another pratyaksham? If one pratyaksham contradicts another pratyaksham, then pratyaksham cannot be a valid pramanam. If it is not valid, if pratyaksha pramanam is not a valid pramanam, then we should not believe what we see. We should not believe what we hear. We should not believe what we taste. We should not believe what we experience by touch. We should not believe what we smell. Therefore, there cannot be any problem with the perception of five organs. There are valid pratyaksha pramanam. Therefore, now you can conclude that the person whom you are seeing now outside the airport, it is not me. It is not me. It is somebody looking like me. Somebody having the resemblance of me. How do you gain this knowledge? It is anumana pramanam. It is anumana pramanam. You saw me getting into the flight and you are seeing me now. These two data are available to you now. From this you infer that it is not me but somebody else. This is inference. This is anumana pramanam. This is not, this doesn't violate the pratyaksha pramanam. Here pratyaksha is you are seeing me outside the airport. But you don't come to the conclusion that it is me. You applied anumana pramanam and come to the conclusion that it is not me, it is somebody looking like me. Right? Therefore, these two things doesn't violate anadhikatvam. Anadhikatvam, these two pramanam doesn't violate. Therefore, anumana pramanam, here it is a valid pramanam. I hope you understand now. So, when a pramanam contradicts itself, we apply another pramanam to arrive at the truth. In this example, there is pratyaksham as mula pramanam in both the pramanams. That is, inside the airport you saw me taking pictures. That is indriya pratyaksha pramanam. Outside the airport, you are seeing me now and you applied anumana pramanam. So, in both the pramanams, we apply the mula pramanam. There is no problem in that, because for the pramanam to operate, we need mula pramanam. You have to see with your eyes. You don't have any option, right? So there is no question of one pramanam covering or disproving the other pramanam, for a pramanam to be a valid pramanam. Okay. So you saw me inside the airport, it is pratyaksham. You are seeing me now, it is another pratyaksham. One pratyaksham contradicting the other pratyaksham. No. For this pratyaksham, you use eyes. When you saw me outside the airport, your eyes perceived my form and presented the data to your mind. You then processed it. you compared with the previous pratyaksham, what you saw me inside the airport. Because you already have gained the knowledge that I took off for US by pratyaksham, now you cannot apply the same means of knowledge pratyaksham to gain the totally opposite knowledge. I am still in India. Okay, eyes are meant to give you just data only. You process the perceptions and apply anumana pramanam and gain the knowledge. It is not me. The person whom you are seeing outside the airport, it is not me. Now tell me, where is the pratyaksham and anumana overlapping or disproving each other? No. Because you see with your eyes, it doesn't mean that there is overlapping of pramanam. In both the cases, seeing the inside the airport and outside the airport, there are pratyakshams, perceptions. The first case, by applying the pratyaksha pramanam, you gain knowledge. The second case, you took the data which the eyes provided you and processed it with your mind. Then you applied anumana pramanam and gained knowledge, not by pratyaksham. So there is no violation of pramanatvam. That is pramanat anadhikatatvam, abhadikatatvam. Right? It should be clear now, I think. Okay. And this pratyaksham is of twofold. It is of twofold. One is indriya pratyaksham. The other one is sakshi pratyaksham. Indriya pratyaksham and sakshi pratyaksham. Sakshi pratyaksham, it gives data to the knower. You. It is you. All the feelings, emotions, thoughts, everything is given to the knower. When either indriya pratyaksham or sakshi pratyaksham or any other means of knowledge operates, the knower knows. The knower just simply knows. There is no free will involved in gaining knowledge. The knower is there, the means of knowledge is there, and hence the knowledge takes place. For the knowledge to take place, what you need is the knower should be available. You should be available for any knowledge to take place. Even in sleep, you are there. Only thing is, you are not aware of your body, sense organs. Because you shut your sense organs. Therefore, you are not aware of the external world. But you experience a dream. You experience your inner world. You are aware of your dreams. How is it possible? Because you are witness watching it. So, when pramanam operates, mind is there, sense organs are there to objectify sense or objects which are within the limits of perception. You are there. You are there. The knower is there. So, in sakshi pratyaksham, there are no sense organs involved. Except in sakshi pratyaksham, in all the pramanams, sense organs backed up by mind are involved. Of course, you are there. Without you, nothing is there. So therefore, you plus sense organs plus mind are there. All the pramanams except shastram, they are meant to objectify the objects. They are meant to objectify the objects. Karma. Karma is a word. Karma here, it is not the karma generally which we use in the term karma yoga. No, that is not the karma. Here, karma is a technical term. In the Sanskrit class we saw the sixth karakam, that karma is the karma karakam. Karma is the object. It could be a physical object. It is not only physical objects, any thoughts or emotions or feelings, they are also objects because they can be objectified by you. Anything which you can objectify outside of you, It doesn't mean only the physical objects. Even the thoughts, emotions also that can be objectified, right? They're all anything other than you are objects. That is what is karma. So all the pramanans are meant to objectify the objects. This is called objectification. This is called objectification, and the knowledge is object knowledge. And the knowledge is object knowledge. By sense organs, we have objectified the objects which are outside of me. With the mind, we objectify the objects. That objects are in the form of emotions, thoughts, etc. The sense organs which objectify objects, it cannot exist without me. Mind which is required for all perceptions, it cannot exist without me. Body cannot exist without me. Therefore, these three, in fact, cannot objectify me, because I am not an object. I am not an object. If I am an object, then the mind, sense organs, and the body should objectify me. But I am not an object. I am not only the body. I am not only the mind. I am not only the senses. With or without the body, mind, or senses, I am there always, which is not available for objectification by any of them. I am there always. Sada agam asmi. That agam, that atma, which is you, is always free. It is always free. Vimuktaha. Sada vimuktaha. This is the knowledge. This is the atma jnanam. This is the liberating knowledge. By this knowledge only, you gain moksha, freedom. How will you gain that knowledge? Only through Shastram. Only through Shastra Vakya, Shastra Shabda, this knowledge is possible. No other Pramanam will give you this knowledge. Only the words of the Shastram gives you this knowledge. The words of the Shastram give this knowledge in the form of thoughts, vrittihi. Any knowledge can take place only in the form of thoughts only. This Atmajnanam also takes place in the form of thoughts, vrittihi. Because bondage is notional. Agam bandhaha. It is my thought. It is my thought only. If bondage is at the thought level, naturally freedom also should be at the thought level. Therefore, I should know that I am free. How will you get that freedom? There is no question of getting freedom, because already you are free. Only the notion has to go. Agam bandhaha, that notion has to go. For that notion to go, what do you need? What do you need for it to go? Jnanam. Only knowledge. How will you gain it? By words, shabdam. By words of the Shastram, Shabda, Shastra, Shabda, Shastra Vakya is the only means it can give you the knowledge. The wrong notions, what you have in the form of thoughts, that ajnana vritti, it has to go. It will go by the right knowledge, which is also in the form of thoughts generated by the words of the Shastram. So, by jnanam, by the words of the Shastram, you gain knowledge, and that knowledge, it removes the ajnana vritti. Suppose, if you have a notion, for example, that Sharon is addicted to alcohol and smoking. Okay, I'm taking myself as an example. Suppose you have a notion that I am addicted to alcohol and smoking. Somehow this notion has crept in you. Now, you watch day and night continuously for many days, and you find that I never smoke, I never drink, or I never go to parties. Now you have conclude that I don't have any such habits at all. How did you gain this knowledge? Previously, you had a wrong knowledge. Then you watched me day and night with your eyes, pratyaksham. Now your knowledge about me is completely changed. Similarly, the knowledge about you, what you think yourself to be, is wrong. It has to go. How will it go? You cannot know it just with the pratyaksham or any other means of knowledge within your range. Shastram has to come and unfold the vision and gives you knowledge. In gaining this knowledge, in gaining Atma-jnanam, what you need is you have to listen. You have to use your ears to listen to the teacher. You have to use Shrotrendriyani. When you hear, Shastram will do its job. And the knowledge has to take place like when you open your eyes, you see the person in front of you. The knowledge has to take place. Atma-jnanam, this Atma-jnanam, it happens only in the form of vrittis. For that to take place, you have to listen. To listen, you have to give your ears to me. That is why it is called Shravanam. It's called Shravanam. Shravanam is listening. Exposure to Shastram is Shravanam. By Shravanam, by listening only, this Atma-jnanam takes place. Veda has this knowledge, and this knowledge has to be unfolded by the teachers in the tradition because they know the know-how of unfolding the vision of the Veda. Your job is just to listen. When you submit yourself to the Shastra Pramanam, the knowledge must take place. When you hear the words of the Shastram, knowledge takes place. You don't have any choice. You don't have any choice. You don't have any free will in not allowing the knowledge to take place. This is something we must understand. Knowledge is Pramana-tantram. Knowledge is Pramana-tantram. Any knowledge is Pramana-tantram. Knowledge is Vastu-tantram. Knowledge is Vastu-tantram. The knowledge of the objects are as real as the objects. Listen to this carefully. Your free will is totally suspended when knowledge takes place. Your free will is totally suspended when knowledge takes place. You cannot see a rose flower that you are holding in front of you other than what it is. If your vision is clear, you cannot see a rose flower other than what it is. You open your eyes and see the rose. See the rose, the knowledge takes place. The knowledge that it is a rose flower takes place. There is no interference of the knower. There is no interference of the knower. You cannot see the rose flower as lily or lotus or monkey. You don't have any free will to see it differently. This jnanam of the rose flower, it is vastu tantram. It is vastu tantram. The knowledge of the object is as real as the object. The knower has no role to play in seeing it differently. This is the vastu tantram. You will see the rose as rose only. There is no option available to you. It is not kartru tantram. It is not kartru tantram. It means the knower has no role for knowledge to take place or for the knowledge to take place differently. That is not kartru tantram. So, jnanam is vastu tantram. Jnanam is vastu tantram. In gaining objects, karta is involved. In gaining objects, karta is involved. Karta means doer. The doer is involved. Yes, free will. In gaining objects, karta has got free will. Kartum shakyam Akartum shakyam, anyatha va kartum shakyam. Kartum shakyam, he can decide to do an action to accomplish an object. Kartum shakyam. Akartum shakyam, he can drop the idea of accomplishing it. He can drop it. Akartum shakyam, he need not do it. Anyatha va kartum shakyam, or he can do it in a different way. So, in gaining objects, the karta has got free will. Free will is involved, but not in gaining knowledge. In doing, yes, in doing we have free will. Kartritantram, in knowing we don't have free will. It is purely vastutantram. It is purely vastutantram. Therefore, in gaining Atma-jnanam, the only means is by listening to the words of the Shastram, which is nothing but knowledge, which is not available for any other means of knowledge. Gaining this knowledge, you become free, you become muktaha, mukta purushaha, you become liberated. Therefore, to gain moksha, you don't have to do anything. You need to get exposed to this knowledge as unfolded in the tradition by the teacher. Therefore, Shravanat Jnanam. Shravanat Jnanam. Shravanam is listening. By listening, knowledge takes place. Shravanat Jnanam and Jnanat Kaivalyam. By knowledge only, Kaivalyam, Mokshaha is attained. Kaivalya Praptihi, Moksha Praptihi. This must be clearly understood. Freedom is only by knowledge. There is no doing involved, only knowing. And for knowing, you have to keep your means of knowledge intact. Knowledge will take place because the knowledge is vastutantram. This must be understood clearly. Okay. Now, in general, there are two types of gaining. There are two types of gaining. The word for gaining is praptihi. It is praptihi. Praptihi means gaining. One is gaining what we don't have. One type of praptihi is gaining what we don't have. It is apraptasya praptihi. We say in Sanskrit, apraptasya praptihi. Gaining what we don't have. Apraptasya. The other type of gaining is removing the wrong knowledge that I don't have. Removing the wrong knowledge that I don't have. It means gaining what we have in terms of knowledge. Gaining what we have in terms of knowledge. Praptasya praptihi. Praptasya praptihi. I will explain this with examples for both types of praptihi, gaining. First, let us take apraptasya praptihi, gaining what you don't have. Suppose you want a house, you don't have it. You work for it, you gain it. You want a car, you work for it, you gain it. So this is apraptasya praptihi. You don't have a house, you don't have a car, or you don't have a laptop, mobile, you work for it, you gain it. So this is apraptasya praptihi. Now let us see what is praptasya praptihi. This is something peculiar. What is praptasya praptihi? I'll explain this also with an example. Sometimes, you will see some people wearing spectacles. They keep it on their head instead of keeping it on the, their nose. Sometimes they keep it on their head. When they work, they keep it on the head. And they forget that the spectacles is on the head. Now they want to gain the spectacles. They look for the spectacles all over. They look for it in the kitchen, they look for it in the bedroom, in the toilet, on the reading table. And they could not find the spectacles anywhere. Now they will yell at their wife or children and ask, where did they keep the spectacles? Then the wife will come out from the kitchen and will say, smilingly, you are having it. You are wearing it. Now this person will ask, more anger, what? The wife will say, touch your head, you will find it. This fellow has to touch the head and gain the spectacles. What? Which he has already gained. So, what was he supposed to do to get the spectacles? He was searching for it all over by himself. In the process, he wasted his time, energy, and when he cried for help in the form of yelling, his wife is the guru. In this case, his wife is the guru. She just gently came out and what a funny situation her husband is and gave him the knowledge that the spectacles what he is searching all over is already with him, already available with him. Only he has to discover it. Now you tell me, did that person gain the spectacle by doing something? No. He had it. He just discovered that with himself. This is called gaining what has been gained already. Praptasya praptihi. In gaining what you have already, you don't need to do anything. No karma or action is involved. Only you need somebody to come and give you the knowledge that you are that what you are searching all over. I'll give another example. This example was given by Swamiji. It's a beautiful example. Once Swamiji was traveling in a flight. He was traveling from Delhi to Rishikesh by flight. Swamiji was sitting, and next to Swamiji, and another person was sitting. He was a foreigner. He was a fatty person. So Swamiji was sitting, and next the person was sitting. This person is so big. In fact, the thigh, it was resting on the Swamiji's thigh. He was crushing it. In fact, so Swamiji was feeling. Was trying to sit a small, portion. This fellow was occupied the most of the seat. And this person saw that Swamiji was in orange robe. And since he's a foreigner, he doesn't know what the person is. The Swami Brahmachari doesn't have any idea about what it is. So he just wanted to start a conversation with Swamiji. He asked, "Oh, where are you going?" Swamiji said, "I'm going to Rishikesh." And Swamiji asked, "Where are you going?" "I'm also going to Rishikesh." "Oh, which place in Rishikesh you are going?" "Oh, I'm going to the Purani Jadi in Rishikesh." "Oh, Purani Jadi. Which ashram are you going to visit?" "Oh, I'm going to the Swami Dayananda ashram. I've heard about Swami Dayananda. I want to see him. I want to talk. I want to meet him." "Oh, now," and this person now asked, "Who are you?" Swamiji said, "I'm Swami Dayananda." Now you tell me, before knowing that he is Swami Dayananda, this person was already, this person doesn't know that it's Swami Dayananda. He is traveling all over to Rishikesh to see Swami Dayananda. Now, did the person gain Dayananda by any work now, by any action? No. By simply Swamiji saying, "I am that Dayananda," he realized that the person for whom he is going to see flying all over to Rishikesh is sitting next to me. He is Dayananda. In fact, his thigh is resting on Swamiji's thigh and crushing it. Now he just discovered it is Dayananda. This knowledge, how did it come? He didn't gain Dayananda. He just acted that he is Dayananda. This knowledge, it's what it is. Praptasya praptihi. The person is sitting next to him. And to see that person is traveling all over to Rishikesh. So, what did he have to do? Now he has just to see, he has to discover that the person sitting next to him is the person who is going to see in Rishikesh. This is the gaining what he has already gained. The person is sitting next to him, already gained one. So this is the example, best example for praptasya, praptihi. Okay. So therefore, now we can say apraptasya praptaye, in gaining what you don't have, apraptasya praptaye karmanaha tatparatvam asti. Apraptasya praptaye karmanaha tatparatvam asti. The scope of karma is gaining only what you don't have. So this person is flying to Rishikesh to see Swamiji because that action, that flying action, the traveling action is gaining what he don't have, what he doesn't have now. Praptasya praptaye jnanasya tatparatvam asti. In gaining what you already have, what you need is only jnana. The knowledge that the next person sitting next to him is nothing but the person whom he wants to see in Rishikesh. That is the knowledge. By gaining that knowledge, he obtains, he gains that person. This is praptasya praptihi. Apraptasya praptaye karmanaha tatparatvam. Praptasya praptaye jnanasya tatparatvam. Okay. Since moksha, that freedom, it's already being a siddha vastu. Siddha vastu means already an achieved one. Because you are what you are searching for all over. Since moksha being a siddha vastu means it is the yes swarupa. The freedom is your nature. Therefore, praptasya praptaye, in gaining what you have already, what we need is only jnanam, knowledge. What you need is knowledge. Therefore, you don't need any karma. No action is involved in gaining moksha. Therefore, karmana na mokshaha bhavati. Karmana na mokshaha bhavati. By karma, by action, you don't gain moksha. Why? Siddha vishayatvat. Siddha vishayatvat. Because it being already an achieved one, you don't need karma. Tasmat jnanat eva mokshaha. Only by jnanam you gain freedom. Why? Because it is again siddha vishayatvat. It is an already achieved one. Therefore, what you need is only jnanam. Okay. For moksha, we need knowledge, and this knowledge is given only by the Shastram. All the texts, all the Vedantic texts which give this knowledge is Shastram only. Shastram doesn't mean only the Vedas. All the texts, Vedantic texts which give this knowledge is Shastram only. In our tradition, in our sampradaya, we consider that the main source of knowledge, Atma Jnanam, to be Shastram. That Shastram, it is in the form of Shruti, number one, Shruti, also called as Upanishads, which is the end portion of Vedanta, end portions of the Veda, called Vedanta. This is number one. Number two, it is Bhagavad Gita. Number two, it is Bhagavad Gita. Number three, Brahma Sutrani. Brahma Sutra. So these three are considered to be the main source of knowledge. These three together are called Prasthana Trayam. These three together are called Prasthana Trayam. Jnana Vishaye Prakarshena Tishtati iti Prasthanam. That is the main, the three source of knowledge. It is Prasthana Trayam. Trayam means three. Prasthanam, we can say it is the source of knowledge. So we can translate Prasthana Trayam as source of knowledge. Or we can translate as these are the foundation foundations of the knowledge. This knowledge. For this knowledge, these three are the foundation. Upanishads are part of the Veda, Shruti. Therefore, it is Shruti Prasthanam. It is Shruti Prasthanam. Bhagavad Gita, we know it is a part of Mahabharata, the form of the teaching given by Krishna to Arjuna in the battlefield. So it is a part of Mahabharata, and Mahabharata is a Smriti Grantha. It is a Smriti Prasthanam. It is the Smriti Prasthanam. Shruti were not written by anyone. Shruti, as such, the knowledge obtained by the rishis in their meditation, given by Ishvara himself. Bhagavad Gita is a Smriti Grantha written by Vyasacharya. Written by a person, Vyasacharya. Therefore, it is a Smriti Prasthanam. The third one is the Vedantic Sutra literature. It is in the form of Sutra, Brahma Sutra, which was also written by Vyasacharya, a person. Therefore, it is a Nyaya Prasthanam. It is a Nyaya. That is, in Brahma Sutra, Vyasacharya has given that sutra, that is a Tattvaryam of the Upanishads in the form of sutra. There are about 555 sutras. In the Brahma Sutra, Vyasacharya, he logically gives the existence of Ishvara, Jiveshvara Aikyam. He gives he gives a logical support in the form of sutra. In fact, the sutras are given by the Vyasacharya based only on the teaching of the Upanishads. So, Nyaya Prasthana means it is by logic. We cannot prove the existence of Ishvara by logic. We can only give supporting logic to prove the existence of Ishvara, Jiveshvara Aikyam. We can give only supporting logic that is given by the Brahma Sutra. Therefore, these three are called Prasthana Trayam. The teaching of Atma Jnanam, self-knowledge, it is not presented systematically in the Upanishads. Upanishads Tattvaryam is to give the knowledge. That's all. That Upanishad doesn't bother about presenting it systematically. If you find there will be maybe some difference in the Upanishad in terms of the certain prakriyas, but the teaching is common. That is also established by the Brahma Sutra. That teaching, that Atma Jnanam, since it is not presented systematically, a beginner should not get into the listening to the Upanishad itself in the beginning. It will be very difficult for the listener to start with. Therefore, in our tradition, the great acharyas, they have presented the topics, the methods, and the teaching of the Upanishads systematically in the form of some text, Vedantic text. These texts are called Prakarana Grantaha. These texts are called Prakarana Grantaha. There are many Prakarana Grantaha available. Starting from Tattvabodha, Prabodha Sudhakara, Viveka Chudamani, Vatya Vritti, Aparokshanubhuti, Atma Bodha, huge collection of Prakarana Granthas are available. Among all the Prakarana Grantha, the very simplest form of Prakarana Grantha for the beginner is Tattvabodha. Tattvabodha, in Tattvabodha, the teacher has covered almost all the topics, the methods. The teaching also is given very systematically. It is a very simpler text. Tattvabodha, it is in the form of a prose. This Prakarana Grantha can be in the form of prose or in the form of poetry. Poetry means shloka. Like Gita, we can chant. And this Prakarana Grantha, Tattvabodha, which we are saying now, it is in the form of a prose. Okay. So this Prakarana Grantha, Tattvabodha, like any other Grantha, any other Prakarana Grantha, it also starts with a prayer. Now, today we will chant the first verse. This prayer in the form of a verse. So we will chant the first verse. We will get into the meaning of this verse from the next class onwards. So you all can chant with me. I'm sharing that file. You can see in the screen. So I will chant slowly, and you can also chant with me. This is the prayer verse. Any grantha will start only with the prayer. Prayer is very important, prarthana. Whether it is a kaika or manasa or vachika, prayer will be there. Even in Panini Ashtadhyayi, prayer is there. The first sutra itself is a prayer as well as it is the Sanya Sutra. It's a beautiful form of prayer. And this Prakarana Grantha, the prayer of this Prakarana Grantha, the intention which the author has said, it is really giving its palam, fruit. This because almost all the Vedantic students, they study this Prakarana Grantha. It means what? Prakarana Grantha is still available. We don't know when it was written. Still available now for readers, and it is widely read. Therefore, the prayer of the author is fructified. Yes? Fructified. Okay. Now, I will chant the first prayer verse. You can also chant with me. Vasudevendra Yogindram.
Vasudevendra Yogindram.
You can chant 2 times.
Vasudevendra Yogindram.
Natva Jnanapradam Gurum.
Natva Jnanapradam Gurum. Natva Jnanapradam Gurum.
Mumukshunam hitarthaya.
Mumukshunam hitarthaya. Mumukshunam hitarthaya.
Tattvabodho bhidiyate.
Tattvabodho bhidiyate. Tattvabodho bhidiyate.
Okay. Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum Mumukshunam itharthaya Tattvabodho bhidiyate. Okay, this I'll give the simple meaning of the text now. We will see the meaning of each verse in detail in the next class. Vasudevendra Yogindram. Vasudevendra Yogindra is the name of the person. Is a acharya, is a teacher of this text. Is a teacher of this text. The author of this text, whoever it may be, you will see who it is. It is considered, it is in our tradition, it is considered to be Shankaracharya, but it is clear it is not Shankaracharya. I will tell you what it is in the next class. So the author is Natva, having saluted his Guru. His Guru is Vasudevendra Yogindra. He salutes this Guru, Vasudevendra Yogindra. And what type of Guru is he? Jnanapradam Gurum. Jnanapradam. He, the Guru, is a giver of knowledge. Jnanapradam. Jnanam prakarshena dadati iti jnanapradam. The one who gives knowledge. Mumukshunam hitarthaya. The author says its intention of writing this text. Mumukshunam hitarthaya. For the welfare. Hitarthaya. For the welfare of mumukshus. Mumukshu is the one who wants, whose desire to be liberated. Moktum Icha Mumuksha, and the person who has this Icha is a Mumukshu. So, for the seekers of freedom, for the welfare of the seekers of freedom, Tattvabodha is the name of this text. Abhidhiyate, it is presented. So, having saluted the Vasudevendra Yogendra, who is the giver of knowledge, for the welfare of the Mumukshus, this Tattvabodha is presented by me. So, this is the prayer verse. Here, in this first verse, the author salutes his Guru and also gives his intention in writing this text. The details of this text and also the continuation of this we will see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Lalita and Chandrasekhar ji, I explained that your doubts, what you have in the previous class, in detail, with an example in this class. I hope you understand.
That was clear. Yeah, no, better.
Okay. Okay, if you have any doubts, anybody has any doubts, they can ask me.
For me.
No doubts, okay.
No doubt.
I told you.
No, I have one small question.
Yeah, please.
That the Prasthanasriyam,
Prasthanatrayam, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The Bhagavad Gita and Brahma Sutra. Are the three only considered the Shastras? So how about the rest of the Smritis and things like that? So is Bhagavad Gita only Smriti included in the Shastra?
Sorry, I can't get your question again.
No. When you talk about the Prasthanasriyam, Bhagavad Gita is one of the Smritis.
Yeah.
So you have the other Smritis. So are they not considered to be Shastras?
They are Shastra only, but for this is a Prasthanatrayam. It is the main source of knowledge. These three are only considered to be the main sources of knowledge. Prasthanatrayam. This Purana, the Puranic literature, right? They are not considered. They are considered to be a secondary scripture. They are considered to be the secondary scripture. So that is why they are smritis. But we don't see. We are not neglecting smritis. We also accept smriti. But where the teaching is, the focus is on the teaching. So that we consider. Even in Bhagavad Gita, there are a lot of things are discussed, right? Maybe the same Atma Jnanam is presented in the form of the other Gitas also in the Mahabharata. In fact, in the Mahabharata, there is one more Gita called Anugita. Arjuna, Krishna has the same knowledge, what he gave in the form of Bhagavad Gita. Then Krishna told, that knowledge, I cannot repeat the whole thing again, but I can give you, because that knowledge was given to me in a different, state. So I can give you the knowledge in this simpler form. He gave that. But in the tradition, generally we read Bhagavad Gita. We give importance to the Gita because that Gita focuses on the teaching very exhaustively, right? So therefore, it is considered to be the Prasthanatrayam. I'm not saying it is not other things are not Pramanam, but these are considered to be the main sources of knowledge. All these Smriti also, they talk about the same thing, but in the form of stories, in the form of some depictions, it is there, right? But this is what we consider in the, see, that is why we accept Shruti also, we accept Smriti as also Pramanam, And for the Smriti Pramanam, we give the status of Smriti, that is main status to Gita, Bhagavad Gita, and we also accept Brahma Sutra, which is the form of Sutra literature. So these three things if you study, you will come to know the Tattva of the teaching of the Upanishad. Right? So, okay. So Prasthanatrayam I am typing here for those who don't know how it is to be written. If you have any doubt in writing that, you can tell me, I will type it.
I have a question. Is there a
Yes.
sequence between these three Prasthanatrayam for a seeker to go, this is first, this is later, things like that? The way I perceive the Brahma Sutram is the toughest to grasp. Is there a sequence that you need to read Bhagavad Gita first or Upanishads later and then the Brahma Sutra as such?
Okay. See, our final focus is to read the Brahma Sutra. Even
I see. Okay.
Acharya has written. No, it doesn't mean we should get into Brahma Sutra first. You will not understand anything. Okay.
Right.
Even
right.
Acharya, Shankaracharya, he wanted to write commentary for Brahma Sutra. To get into Brahma Sutram, you should know the Smriti, because the sutras are taken, most of sutra you will find that it is taken from the Upanishads. Right? So without knowing Upanishads, you cannot get into the Nyaya Prasthanam, that is the Brahma Sutra. Right? So therefore you should read the Shruti first. But Shruti being, it's very, as I told you, the teaching is not presented systematically, therefore that is also difficult. So therefore we read simple Vedantic text like Prakarana Grantha, Tattvabodha. Prakarana Grantha.
I see.
Right? Okay, and I'm typing for those who don't know this, how to write the Prasthanam, the Sanskrit words.
Yeah, Prasthanam.
If you want any other thing to be, the Sanskrit word to be typed, I can type. And can you see my whiteboard?
Let me see.
Okay. So if you want to, if you don't know how certain words are written in Sanskrit, you can tell me. I will type it, which we came across in today's class. And any other, yeah.
Yeah, no, I just wrote it in Sanskrit as you were describing. Only mistake where I had was the third one. I wrote it as a Nyaya Prasthanam. So is it Nyaya? So is there any subtle difference between them, Nyaya and Nyaya?
Oh, what did you write? You wrote like this?
I wrote it as Nyaya. Nyaya.
No, like this or what?
Like Jnanam.
Oh, Jnanam. No, Jnanam is, no, that is not correct.
That's
Jnanam
not
is,
okay.
Yeah. Nyaya is logic.
Yeah,
Nyaya is
logic.
Logic. Logical reasoning. Nyaya.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Anything else?
And it's Prasthana Trayam, not Prasthana Trayam.
Oh, it is Prasthana, because it is a samasa, it is a compound word. Prasthana Trayam only. It is Prasthana, it's a single word. This hyphen doesn't mean that there are two words. It is a single word. Prasthana Trayam.
But when you split it, you write it as Prasthana.
Okay.
Like,
but
split the samasa, how will it be?
See, if you want to split this, you can split. Sthanam, sthane, sthanani. So, prasthani, trini, can say. Right? Three. Prasthanatrayam, it is a group name. So, if you want to split it, you can say the word for trayam, it is trini. In Bhagavachanam, Tribhyaha, trini, not Tribhyaha, sorry, trini. Prasthanani, trini, something. I think it will come like that. Since this is okay, this is Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachanam, that is why Prasthanatrayam. It's a group name. It's a collective name.
Napumsakalingam.
Yeah. Trayam. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah.
I hope that that the confusion about the pramanam should be clear.
Yeah, definitely. This helped them.
Yeah, this pramanam is very important. I mean, you have to understand what pramanam is. And Shastram is the only pramanam for this jnanam that you must understand. That is what is called Shraddha. In most of the modern traditions, you will not find this. They missed the point. So that is why so many mystical traditions have come into existence. It all they talk about the experience. There is no experience involved in it. There is only knowing involved. Knowledge is important.
Right.
People generally they want to experience Atma. There is no experience of Atma. It is ever experienced. So you don't. If you experience Atma, you are again making an Atma an object of experience, which can objectify with your sense organs. So if it can objectify with your sense organs, then it's an object. So if it is an object, therefore it will have all the dosha, all the defects of an object. How can Atma be can have defects? If it has defects, then you are not free. There is no use of working for freedom, right?
But how do you define Atmanubhava? How do you define Atmanubhava?
Atmanubhava is not a special anubhava. Anubhava, we say translate as experience. It is ever experienced. That is what it is. Atmanubhava is when you gain knowledge, you know what you are. As I told the example, okay, this person who was did he have the did he have to? I mean, he didn't have to do anything to gain the anubhava of Swamiji because he is experiencing at that moment. In fact, as I told you, this thigh is resting on the Swamiji's thigh, right? But he doesn't know he is Swamiji. It is ever experienced, but he doesn't know. So when the Swamiji says, "I am that Swami Dayananda you are looking for," then what happened? There is no anubhava. There is only knowledge which gave him that the Dayananda is already experienced by me, right? So that is a thing we say it as Atma Anubhava. That is Anubhava is Atma is there in all the Anubhava. It is not a special Anubhava. Only thing is we are we are confused or we have got the wrong notion that Atma is to be experienced. If it is to be experienced, then you are limiting the Atma also to be an object. It cannot be an object. It is you. So there is no special experience involved. Atmanubhava is a term, is a word which they use in the tradition, but it has to be unfolded or understood properly with proper example, or appropriate translation of the term Atmanubhava.
Right. They usually use it for like a Janaka, all these people, the characteristics of Atmanubhavi, etc. So I was wondering. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Any other questions? You have to ask a lot of questions. So, because generally in the tradition, this knowledge is in the form of the dialogue with the teacher. That's called Samvada. That's why in Gita, Arjuna Uvacha, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, Arjuna Uvacha means Arjuna he asks questions and Bhagavan will reply. Arjuna will ask questions, Bhagavan will reply. There's a series of dialogues. So Guru Shishya Samvada is there. So Guru will tell the same thing by using by adopting different techniques, different methods, different prakriya, but he will tell the same thing. But Shishya will not be satisfied. He will having the same doubt in the corner of his mind. So he will put the same question in different words. But the Guru knows what he is asking. Guru will tell the same thing again in the words which a Shishya can understand. So it's always it's a Samvada, it's a dialogue. But when we teach, we cannot, accommodate when the person asking questions. So many people will be asking questions. There will be interruption in the teaching. Therefore, at the end of the class, we have encouraged the students to ask questions. In our ashram, there is always a question and session called satsang. The night time, whatever we discovered in the morning, so many taught us, the night satsanga, we will ask questions. If there are any doubts, we will have enough time to ponder over it. So we will come back and ask questions and Swamiji will reply. And sometimes he may not reply immediately, he will say, we will see that question in the next class. So that is how our understanding gets deepened.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Vasudevendra, so it has to be a name of the Guru, can it not be Vishnu or Krishna? I was under the impression.
Yeah, it could be. It can be interpreted as the name of the Vishnu. That we are going to see that. Vasudevendra Yogindra, it could be the name of the Ishvara himself. And the author salutes the Ishvara as well as the Guru. It can be taken in that way also. Or the other way of interpreting interpreting is that Guru himself is the Ishvara because he reveals the knowledge to the Shishya. Therefore, the author, if he praises, he gives the position of Ishvara to the Guru and says, Guru is Ishvara, is a Yogindra, Vasudeva Yogindra, is Vishnu himself who is giving this knowledge. In that way also the verse can be interpreted. No problem in that.
Yes.
Yeah, but the experiential the thing which you brought out, I mean, that's a wrong notion that generally people have, and including me, I used to have that. But what I mean by that experience here is, you say it has to be unfolded through a teacher by means of the Shastras and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It being an abstract concept, so the individual whoever gains that knowledge has to grasp the concept behind that and then digest it and then apply it to his individual self. So that is a kind of experience. That's what I understood it to be
even without knowing that you are right, you are what you are. Even without knowing that what you are. But now, what happens after this knowledge? When the wrong notions drop off, then your whole outlook towards your life, the life situations, your sukha, dukkha will change.
Right, but how does it drop off? I mean, unless you practice it, try to put it to your individual self, apply that, and then see.
Of course, it is. That is something called that understanding. It grows over a period of time. So it's called growing understanding, right?
That is experience, isn't it? I mean, the experience in the sense, unless you growing over a period of time is not something which you go through that again and again and again.
But I don't want to use the word because the word experience is misleading. So if you're growing in understanding, it is not an experience, you are growing. Right? So let us not use the word experience because it has created a lot of problems in the spiritual world, so-called spiritual world. So this experience, when you use a word, it is everybody thinks it has to be experience. It means you have to work for it. So karma is involved. So no karma is involved in this knowledge, right? There is no. If you say experience, then I should work for it. Here you don't have to work for it, you have to know it. So in knowing what is experience, maybe your outlook towards the world, towards your neighbors, towards yourself, everything is changing. That maybe that you are growing in terms of understanding, right? So that if you want to put it as an experience, you can use that, but you have to be very careful. If you say the same thing to the other person will also wait for that experience to happen. That's a problem. Right?
Yeah, I see the subtle difference. I mean,
if you understand and if you use the word, if you use the word with your understanding, it is fine. But I would advise not to use the word. If you understand, it is fine. But when you suppose
transform?
In future, if you teach somebody, there is no transformation also happens. See, if you use experience or transformation, it means something it happens in you. Nothing need to happen. It is you are Atma and it is ever present.
That is true.
Yeah.
But the thing is, let's just say I am ignorant, ajnanam. With the Guru's input, by absorbing the knowledge, there is a change happening in me. My ajnanam, patapancham, just going away. I'm getting into the light. So that is I don't want to use the experience, but something happened. Something is happening gradually or fast or what at one day or whatnot. But there is a change. How do you define that?
So it is a realization, right? Realization.
The word realization also is a problem.
Yeah.
Somebody he says only to that the realization is that realization happens only for your principal, which you have put in the bank.
Yeah.
Right. You realize it with the interest, and the second realization is that your experience with your children, with your siblings. That is what you experience. That is sort of a realization. Anyway, that word also is a problem. See, when you realize means something, you are getting a new anubhava. It is not a new anubhava, it is not a new experience. It is already experienced. In all the experiences, this experience, if at all you want to work, this experience is there. So it is not a new experience. Right? So I don't want to use the word experience. I'm just saying in all the experiences, the so-called experience is also Atmanubhava is there. Without that, nothing is there. So that is what you are. So what is that experience? It's only knowing is involved. See, we are accustomed to use this word because we read a lot of things or books, which is available in the market, and a lot of things are available in the internet, and we are caught in this world of words. And Shastram being a Shabda Pramanam, the words have to be explained properly by the Guru using, and that Sanskrit word has to be appropriately translated. If you do a wrong translation, then it will lead to misconception in the student's mind. Therefore, we should be very careful. Swamiji is very, very careful the word. He will not do the exact translation of the Sanskrit words also. That is not the intention. You have to understand the content of what it is. So use appropriate words. I have never come across Swamiji using the word experience or realization. He never uses that term. So I would advise not to use. When you say experience, when you use experience, you bring the duality there. Subject, object, you are bringing the division. Once you bring an object, then it means you are again. It's a problem. What you want is you, right? You are the person whom you are searching for, and suddenly you bring an object in the form of experience. The duality comes in. That's a problem. We should not use the word experience. We can use the experience, as I said, we can use it with understanding. That is okay. That is fine. But when you teach or making other people understand, that's not a good word. Even the word self-realization is not a good word. Already realized one, already experiencing one. How can it be realized? How can it be experienced? You are growing in terms of understanding. It is growth. I would say it is growth. You slowly you see the vision of the Shastra. The Shastra is unfolded. You see what the Shastra unfolds. You see what the teacher sees. That is a clarity. So I would say it's a clarity. That is why I said growing in terms of understanding. You get more and more clear over a period of time. You gain clarity. Because of clarity, now you know how to deal with the world, how to deal with the people, how to deal with the life situations. Before that, you were not clear how to deal with it. You are confused. Now you are clear. So your whole approach will change. That you want to call experience? I don't have any problem in using that in that sense. But you have to be careful. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Teacher.
Thank you. Anything else? Anybody? You can ask me, no problem. Or if you want to type your questions and send it to my email, that also it's okay. But the problem is I have to open it and reply. I may not find time to do it, but you can ask me better.
I'm going to getting away from this one, but I still am looking for something, how to go about the Sanskrit class, the classes which I missed. I'm going to be like a dumb person in the next class again, not able to follow.
Yeah, on the same line, I had one question. Is there any way that we can have access to your Sanskrit lectures? Because we are not part of the group, but
I'm not getting. You're not part of the group. What group?
No, part of the Sanskrit group. So because I mean we have been learning it here, but as a reinforcement, I thought that could help because your teachings are nice. So that way, if you have access to your recorded sessions.
See, I tell you, I mean, my Sanskrit class is. I'm not taking in a professional way. I made it very clear in the beginning because since many of the students, they're all working and they study Sanskrit, spend extra time, their time for learning Sanskrit. So I don't want to dump them with a lot of information in a single class. So I keep repeating the same thing and again. Sometimes it is too monotonous, but some people, they want it. Some people, they want it. So that is why I go back and forth. I just don't switch over from one topic to another topic, and it's not going like that. So that is why you will find a lot of repetitions in my class. Since it is not done in a professional way, I told Jay Shankarji not to post it to the website. If it is done in a professional way, then I will show some PowerPoint or some material. I'll just keep explaining the concepts, the grammar, and now I can go on. But I'm not doing it that way. So that is why those things are not posted. But I record that and keep it as a backup in case some students ask me. I can share that. So I have got some few recordings. In fact, I'm taking this class since last. Yeah, I'm taking Sanskrit class since last December. That is starting from the alphabets, Varna. Okay, Aksharamala. Starting from Aksharamala, I have taught them because many of the students who were present now, they just left. They don't know even the letters of the Sanskrit language, right? So I started with Aksharamala. Everything I taught them. So those things were not recorded, and I kept. In fact, after that, we saw a lot of things: Subanta and Tinganta, and simple sentences, Bhavati, Bhavata, Bhavanti, and Rama Shabda, Hari Shabda, Guru Shabda. A lot of things I taught them. All the genders, all the Vachanam. So now we are seeing Vyanjana Sandhi. So what I'm saying is, all these recordings, all these things were not recorded. Only the last 10 classes, I think 10 or 9 classes were recorded, and it is kept as a backup in case the students who miss a class, they want to listen. I can share those classes. I have uploaded all these classes in my Google Drive. So what I can do is I can give access to my Google Drive to you. You can go back and to my Google Drive. You will get a mail from me. Once I give access to you, you will get information from me. So you can go to my Google Drive and open the classes in the order. You will find in the file, in the bracket, it will have a number 1, 2, 3. Yes, 0001. Yes, 0002. You will have numbers. You can see the numbers, and that is the sequence of the classes, right? So whichever class it is relevant for you, you can choose and you can listen. You can download and listen. That I can do it for you, right?
Yeah, and that's not a problem at all. Only thing is,
Okay.
of course, we know they have gone through certain stages, but definitely these are things like these shastras and these Sanskrit and all. It's not going to, we are not going to learn in one sitting. So the more you hear, or the more sources you get, and then repeatedly you go through that, then only it gets.
Yeah, I can give.
So that way, definitely, whatever any little information or any, like all these you said, like Subantas and all that. So we definitely would like to have some basic understanding of the foundations.
Okay.
So that way, it
No
definitely.
problem. I can give access to you, and
Yeah.
yeah, I can give access to you, and you can go and you can download those files to your system, and you can listen. I don't have any problem. The only thing what I cautioned was you may feel monotonous and sometimes boring to listen to the same thing. But I didn't feel boring.
I think whatever you have, the recordings, the recent ones is good enough for me as well. I have some basic knowledge of Sanskrit, but not the ones what you're teaching now. I mean, I know without knowing the rules how to go about it, all these things I already figured it out, but I don't know the rule, why I am doing that. So when you explained the other day, I'm kind of understanding it, but all those words which is matching with that, I just need to have some more knowledge because I missed all those classes. So
Okay.
that way when I come next class, I won't feel really like a dumb person.
I will send you some notes. What I use in my class, some PowerPoint and some notes. You can go through that. It is only for the beginners. Even it is
That's
there
fine.
from the. It is that the notes starts from the Sanskrit alphabets. Okay, so you can go through that. And for others, I mean Lalita Chandrasekharji and Nagatunja, I'll give the access to my Google Drive, so you can open any.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it. I don't have any problem in that. You can do it.
Yeah.
But since I'm not taking it in a professional way, I don't want it to be recorded and
That's
posted.
that's okay. Right now, what we are listening to you is pretty good for me.
Okay.
Well, in the class, so it doesn't have to be professional way. It's just for our understanding. That's fine. I go through the classes in the Samskrita Bharati, but that's spoken. It's not quite very to the point of the grammar. What you're teaching is not there.
Okay.
So I just wanted to learn. Yeah.
See, and I teach Sanskrit in my own way because I know the struggle which the beginners have to undergo. So certain things I do it for the beginner's sake, and later I will modify it. So this is my method, my prakriya.
That's fine.
Okay?
That's fine. Yeah.
So again, in Sanskrit also, it is a growing understanding. You become more and more clear when you keep learning different topics in the Sanskrit grammar.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Good night.
Dhanyawada. Jandraji, do you follow? Hello? Jandraji? Can you listen? Can you hear me?
Yes, you hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, I'm following. I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I had
It is
knowledge about the pramanam.
very good.
You give some more days so that I can go and research a little more. I
Okay.
understood the shruti, the smriti, but nyai, the shruti you said is not written by anyone.
Yeah.
Smriti is written like
Yeah.
Bhagavad Gita and the
All the Puranas.
Puranas.
Yeah.
The nyai consists of what?
It is Nyaya literature. It is the Brahma Sutra. Nyaya Prasthanam. It is Brahma Sutra written by Vyasacharya. It is also written by somebody, some person.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nyaya Prasthanam is Brahma Sutra. Not only Brahma Sutra, there are so many Nyaya, literatures are available.
Okay.
But Prasthanam is the primary source of knowledge. For Nyaya Prasthanam, it is considered to be Brahma Sutra. Kandraji, this is I think the 7th or the 8th class of Tattvabodha. The previous classes are there. I mean, introduction to the Shastra, introduction to Pramana, starting from the Purushartha. It is there in the website, arshavidyavarshini.org. It is there in the YouTube. So we have a website, and it is uploaded into the website. You can go and have a look, and you can listen to the previous classes. In fact, today is first class. I started with the first shloka, first verse of the this Tattvabodha text. So, really speaking, you didn't miss it anything. It's a good.
All right. Because
whatever the previous classes, it was just an.
Yeah, when you were talking to the other students, I did say to Sawad, I would very much love to have. I would very much love to have your previous classes too. You did in Sanskrit. So if well, he will tell you because with the technology, he's more aware of where can I go.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell him. Yeah, I can tell him and make it available for you. No problem.
All right. Thank you so much, and I'm really enjoying it. Tonight I had to go away to the village, but I said, you know what? I can't miss this. That I will be for the class tonight, and then tomorrow I will go to the village.
Okay. Thank you.
Right.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Karanji.
Yeah, namaste.
Karanji, I want to join Gita class also. Can you make it?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, Gita chanting. Right?
I have some problem with the WhatsApp. I couldn't send you a message.
No problem. I can add it the Gita chanting group. It is on Thursday.
Friday. Right? Friday morning.
Yeah, it's for Friday. Are you in India?
Now I am in the last week. That's why I didn't attend the class because I was traveling.
That's okay. I can add it in my the Gita chanting group. It is on Friday morning, 5:30. Right?
Okay. This number will be the same. Meeting number will be the same.
I will send you through WhatsApp, or I'm sending through WhatsApp. I'm sending through Google Hangout, and I'm sending through Gmail also. Okay then. The number, the meeting number, meeting password. I think everything will be different. I think it's different for everyone.
Okay. Today I got it from Basanti only. That's why I'm telling. I didn't have the message in my.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. See you. Bye.